Hello Pisces, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Pisces for the week of February 7th. Now Pisces, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Pisces, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But let's see what we have going on here for you, Pisces. Now, if you watch my content regularly and you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. So let's go ahead and get all the cards out here and we'll make sure everything's in view and get right into it for you. All right. Cool. I think that looks just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom. You have the Knight of Wands. So really nice card to find here. You know, the Knight of Wands is this idea of like sort of going on a grand adventure in your life, similar to the Three of Wands, interestingly enough. But the Knight of Wands more so is about like potentially you moving residence or changing location in some ways. It comes forward as a big travel card, and actually you have another big travel card here as well, but we're talking like a change of zip code, right? You're changing your postal code, like you're moving to a place farther away than where you are typically with the Knight of Wands. It can also just represent going on a grand adventure, like maybe you're not moving location, but you're about to, I don't know, take a cross-country road trip or something along those lines. If it's not about like literally moving, this can represent you moving in your thoughts. You know, if it's not physically moving in your thoughts, moving in your mind, in your intentions, the way that you maybe are doing something, changing that part of yourself up. Because the Knight of Wands in and of itself is like a card of being a maverick and kind of being a jack of all trades and having a lot to offer someone or having a lot to bring to the table. And with that, I do like to say that it's a card of talent. You actually have two big ones here with the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. By the way, just a lot of Wands energy here. So that's all. Wands is all about inspiration, passion, getting fired up. It's about potentially your work, your enterprise, your business, anything like that. And so I think there are big shifts here for you, Pisces, in those areas in this month. And now what's interesting is in the middle of the spread here, we have the Seven of Swords, which, you know, this can be a card that talks about deception from another person, like somebody undermining you, backstabbing you. I've seen it come forward a lot as people gossiping, like rumors in the workplace being spread or something along those lines. However, I'm really not getting that feeling here for you. What I'm getting with the Seven of Swords is something relating to taking a clever approach or having to create a strategy in your life. It can just say that you may need to, take the back entrance, and you know, the answer may not be right in front of you to something here at this time. And so that's a more positive way of looking at it. It also says don't rob yourself. Okay, don't deceive yourself at this time. You have mostly amazing cards here. One card never makes a reading in a spread like this, and the majority of the cards are awesome. You have double aces, which is always a big sign of something good happening in your life or a powerful new beginning being underway here. So in the past, you have the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the King of Wands. So the thing is, if you were to like reverse the Queen of Wands, when combined with something like the Seven of Swords, that can be a gossiper. You know, some of you may have dealt with that situation. This isn't for everybody, and I'm not going to stay on this too long because the rest of the reading is pretty much positive, but some of you may have just dealt with somebody that you intuitively felt was a little bit shady or just not being honest with you. Now, if that's not resonating, the Queen of Swords can be somebody who's potentially on the Aquarius Pisces cusp. So you may be an early degree Pisces, or you may, if you're somebody who believes in cusps, not everybody are into cusps, but some people are, you may be like a cusper, like a Aquarius Pisces cusp. And so, yeah, that could also be the case. But Queen of Swords also just speaks to like taking your sword and cutting through whatever is not serving you and being sort of like an assassin. I always like to say the Queen of Swords is like the assassin of the tarot, and really, getting to the bottom of something. You have this Eight of Wands, which is amazing. It's accelerated motion forward. It is, something moving quick, something that gets you unstuck. It's a feeling of like a breath of fresh air. But it's also about maybe long distance travel, especially with the Knight of Wands. You can also say like messages, phone calls, emails, text, letters, anything like that coming in from a distance. Any distance related communication, social media, internet, things along those lines with this Eight of Wands. But it's typically good news. Okay, you do have to put this all together with the Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. Some of you could have had a challenging maybe situation with somebody from a distance. I don't think that's for everybody. In fact, I think for more of you, energy is starting to shift in a new direction here, and you may, as you see the directions moving here, and you may even just feel very good about what's going on in your life at this time. You have the King of Wands, which is, I always like to say the King of Wands is like the most passionate person in the room. They are somebody who is so skilled at what they do that they don't need to stay in a dead-end job. If the King of Wands doesn't like what they do, they move. They move to a new job, because they can always get a new job, especially here as you have this Knight of Wands showing up, right? And it's also like, do you see the star here on the throne? I always like to say this is somebody who's like the star of the show, or the most passionate person in the room. And with that, you can find the King of Wands as an entrepreneur, somebody who really is in business for themselves, because they don't necessarily need to work for somebody, right? They have a lot of skills. So some of you, I think you have this talent or this skill or this ability that you have at this time to do what you want. And in the current situation, you have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. I think wishes are being brought forward here. This Nine of Cups is one of the major wish cards in the tarot. This person has literally fulfilled their wish. You can see in their small business, they are happy, they are joyful, they're holding up their cup. All of these cups are presumably filled. Presumably there are, people in this, their pub here is full. Customers and clients are coming in. The Nine of Cups is amazing energy of wishes coming true and being fulfilled. And you have that with, personally, one of my favorite, if not my favorite tarot cards, which is the Ace of Wands. And this is something that you would want to see if you're looking to physically start something. Like if you're looking to start a business, if you're looking to start an enterprise. This is a card of like side hustles, maybe just total, if it's not a side hustle, like totally starting a new business, doing something big and getting fired up and passionate about something. It's a passionate new beginning. And the thing is, with the Seven of Swords in the middle, this may present itself in a unique way. Like you may need to start this in a way that you didn't think you were going to have to start this, or like you may have to take like a clever approach to starting this situation here at this time. Now, in the future, you have the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So the King of Pentacles is somebody who achieves a high status rather in business and career. Is somebody who is typically well off, well-to-do, wealthy even, and if they've gotten to that place by sticking to the routines and sticking to the things that they know have provided them with success. And so it's I feel like you're being provided with grounded energy as well at this time. Notice how we also have like 3 of the 4 corners here: king, queen, king. So 2 kings in the corners, a queen in the corner. You could have a lot of people in your corner at this time. There could be a lot of talking heads here. In fact, I think one of these people is annoying you with the Nine of Wands, which is, I think, showing up as the Seven of Swords, Queen of Swords diagonal there with this Nine of Wands. And you may need to set a boundary with one of these people that you have in your corner right now that may be providing you with a challenge. I do think you'll find the energy and strength to do that here with this Ace of Swords, which can refer to your mental process or your communicative abilities. It's also just a powerful new beginning, epiphanies, breakthroughs, mental insights, clarity, good communication. So I think you're resolving any issues here. But let's go ahead and start to clarify. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button, subscribe, and feel free to sign up for my email list. There's a link to that in the description below. So let's see what we have here for you. So I wanted to take this bottom one, and it turns out that it was the Air Guardian. Shift your perspective. So we have this, swords is the suit of air, and we have this swords diagonal here, Queen, 7, Ace of Swords in a diagonal position. There's progressions here, or you're headed in a direction relating to communication, related to the issues around air, your thought processes, communications. You have Winter, take care of your needs, as well as Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. So there are some immediate needs here that you're looking to work through at this time. And I think that working through that here will help you. It will feel like a breath of fresh air. You also have Autumn, release the old and rest. Could have been something that happened last November. I don't know why I'm just getting last November. 2021, like this previous November, that is coming in for review, or something that maybe one of these people you met in November or something like that. But I also think you're letting go of somebody if it's not November. I just think some of you are letting go of someone here at this time. And so let's go ahead and pull some additional cards here to see what we get. Ask for help from others. Like I said, you have people in your corner right now, friends, opportunities, situations in your circle here. You're ready. Definitely like to see that. And then you also have there's something better, as well as it's up to you. I would say be careful of like selling yourself short at this time, okay? With the 7 of Swords, do not rob yourself. There are always more opportunities in this lifetime. And I think if you feel like you need to work through a blockage with somebody, if you need to like let go of somebody, release somebody, I do think some of you are going to do that. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Let's pull some additional tarot cards to get some more clarity on this situation. Okay, so you have the 8 of Cups. You're walking away from someone. Yeah, the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. So I said, now listen, I said this may not be for everybody, but for some of you with the Queen of Swords, 7 of Swords in the diagonal with the Ace of Swords, there may have been somebody who did gossip or spread rumors or talk about you in some ways. Or they're just, if they didn't talk about you, what could have been happening here is they deceived you in some ways, okay? You're walking away from that situation here with the 8 of Cups very clearly. Now this obviously disappointed you with the 5 of Cups, but that's about to change because the 8 of Wands influence is like, oh no, there's good communication on the way. I do think that somebody's communication disappointed you in some ways, but that's about to change here, where you're moving forward from that situation. But the thing is, like I said, the 8 of Wands communication coming in quick and maybe from a distance with the 5 of Cups, providing you with disappointment. Like I said, you may have found out something here in the past. You have the 10 of Pentacles as well, which 10 of Pentacles is obviously abundance. It's the last card of the Pentacle suit. It's an amazing card, but it's not just abundance. It is empires, okay? It is building your legacy, building your empire, and really setting yourself up, not for immediate success, but for long-term success. And your significant other, your children, your children's children, like setting like generational legacies and success in that way up. That's what the 10 of Pentacles is all about. So you do have something, you're shifting here. It's a big card of abundance. Let's see what else we have. We have the 4 of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the 7 of Swords coming in again. You know, like I said, this is energy of wishes coming true with the 9 of Cups, the Ace of Wands. But the thing is, there is something here where it's like a curveball with the 7 of Swords, where, again, I don't think this is going to present itself. Whatever wish you've been looking to have come true, I think it's coming. I just think it's going to be in a different... What is the energy I'm trying to describe here? It's not going to come the way that you thought it would be. Like, I think you're going to have to take an alternative or a backdoor strategy or approach or something like that. The Knight of Cups represents wearing your heart on your sleeve, or somebody like a romantic proposal or offer coming in. It's a really good card of, if you're looking for love, but the thing is, you have it with deception, with the Seven of Swords. So I think some of you may be walking away from someone like that. The other thing is, though, you do have this Four of Wands, which is a card of marriage. So again, this is one of these weird curveball readings where it's almost like, I think some of you are going to be questioning stability this month, not just this week, but this whole month, on probably relationships, jobs, situations like that, careers. So let's see what else we have here. We have the Ten of Swords, we have the Devil, and the Hermit. Intuitively, I felt like we would get the Hermit, and here it is. So what's going to happen here is some of you are going to have communication that severs a tie to somebody. You're going to be ending communication with somebody. I think you're going to do it successfully. I think you're going to have the energy to do that successfully. And with that Hermit energy, you've dealt with situations like this in the past. You're wise, you know how to handle this. And this is a card of isolation, but purposeful isolation, not negative isolation. You finding the answer within at this time and listening to the voice of your soul here at this moment. The Devil with the Nine of Wands, man, there's something around somebody tricking you or annoying you here. Okay, don't trick yourself also at this time, Pisces, but there is trickery here, okay, with the double Seven of Swords and the Devil with the Nine of Wands indicating annoyance. I'm not trying to strike fear, but the good thing here in this reading is you're ending it. Okay, you are ending it with the Ten of Swords, and there's new hope on the horizon. So keep that in mind. You have the Ten of Wands now as well. So we now have three tens here in the clarifications with the Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. This is going to feel like a completion. Whatever you're releasing yourself from, whatever tie you are severing here is going to feel like a completion for you at this time. So let's see what we have here. This is a burden, so you're releasing that. You have the family room, toil and labor, house, high honor, marriage, poverty. I mean, it could certainly be wealthy man, courtship. It certainly could be with somebody that you are in a long-term or serious relationship with. There could be knowledge that comes forward with that. I wasn't really feeling that, but we now are getting it in the clarifications with the family room, the Ten of Pentacles indicating family, the marriage, the Four of Wands, which is marriage, house indicating shared resources, potentially. So, this could be with a significant other. It could also be with a family member. But I need to really point something out. This is really you're really releasing yourself from something that feels like a burden or feels challenging. And with the high honor card, the Hermit, the Ace of Swords, you know how to handle it. Okay, you will figure out the answer. People look up to you here, and you're good at strategizing around these areas, and you're good at communicating on these issues, and you will find the energy that you need to work through whatever's going on here. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.